The scanner feed flickered to life, and Commander Volth felt his 3 stomachs drop simultaneously. "That cannot be right," he muttered, his mandibles clicking nervously as he stared at the holographic display hovering above the bridge console. "Run it again. Now." His second-in-command, a nervous wreck of a Ketheri named Plox, tapped frantically at the interface. The alien's 6 fingers moved in a blur, desperate to prove their instruments had malfunctioned. They hadn't. "Sir, the readings they're consistent," Plox whispered, his voice cracking like thin ice under pressure. "The human vessel is approximately 12 kilometers long. Mass estimates suggest it could hold a population equivalent to our entire home colony." Volth laughed. Not because anything was funny, mind you, but because his brain had temporarily short-circuited from pure, unadulterated terror. Here they were, the mighty Confederation scout ship Harmonious Query, supposedly the pinnacle of galactic surveillance technology, and they just stumbled upon something that made their warship look like a toy boat in a bathtub. 12 kilometers, Volth repeated slowly, as if saying it quietly might somehow make it less true. "And we're sitting here, 300 meters bow to stern. Fantastic. Absolutely brilliant tactical planning on our part." The bridge crew exchanged worried glances. Nobody appreciated sarcasm during a potential first contact scenario, but nobody was brave enough to tell their commander to shut up either. The human warship hung in space like a sleeping predator, all dark gray plates and angular geometry that seemed to violate at least 4 fundamental principles of aesthetic design. It didn't glow with beautiful energy fields like Confederation vessels. It didn't pulse with bioluminescent patterns like hive ships. It just sat there, cold and menacing, covered in what appeared to be weapon emplacements the way a cactus is covered in spines. "Magnify Section 7, Volth ordered, leaning forward in his command throne. The view zoomed in on what looked like a gun battery. Except calling it a gun battery was like calling a black hole a minor gravitational inconvenience. The barrels were each the size of cargo frigates. "By the ancients," breathed Technician Rhine from her station near the back. "What could they possibly need to shoot that would require such massive projectiles?" "Planets, probably," Volth said flatly. "Just taking a wild guess here, but I'm thinking planets." Plotza's skin had shifted to a pale blue, the Ketheri equivalent of going white as a sheet. "Commander, I'm detecting power signatures throughout the vessel. It's not dormant. It's active. And, sir? I think we should mention the smaller craft." "What smaller craft?" "The 247 smaller craft currently docked in what appears to be hangar bays along the port side. Each one roughly equivalent in size to our ship." The silence that followed could have smothered a supernova. Volth stood up from his throne, walked 3 steps forward, and sat down on the floor. It seemed like the appropriate response to learning that the humans casually carried an entire fleet inside their warship like some kind of nautical nesting doll situation. "So let me get this straight," he said, addressing the ceiling because why not? "We've been monitoring human transmissions for 3 cycles. We've watched their entertainment broadcasts. We've studied their culture. We've seen their cute little videos of cats doing stupid things. And somehow, we missed the part where they build flying weapons platforms that could glass a solar system before lunch." "To be fair, sir," Rhine offered hesitantly, "most of their broadcasts focused on interpersonal drama and primitive cooking competitions." "Oh, well, that makes me feel so much better. Thank you, Rhine." The comm station suddenly beeped. Everyone froze. "Incoming transmission," announced the communications officer, a trembling Quillian named Beck. "Source, the human vessel. They're hailing us. In our language." Of course they were. Because apparently humans had mastered xenolinguistics along with building city-sized death machines. Volth climbed back into his throne, smoothed down his uniform, and tried to look like someone who hadn't just been sitting on the floor questioning his life choices. "Put them through." The holographic display shifted, and a human face appeared. Female, if Voltha's briefings were correct, with short dark hair and eyes that held all the warmth of deep space. She wore a crisp military uniform decorated with more medals than Volth had fingers. Unidentified vessel, the human said, her voice calm and professional. This is Captain Diana Frost of the Terran Commonwealth warship Relentless Thunder. You've been conducting passive scans of our ship for the past 14 minutes. Would you care to explain why? 14 minutes. They'd noticed immediately and had been watching, waiting, probably laughing. Volth cleared his throat. Greetings, Captain Frost. I am Commander Volth of the Confederation scout ship Harmonious Query. We were merely conducting standard reconnaissance as part of our survey mission in this sector. Captain Frost's expression didn't change. And does your standard reconnaissance usually involve targeting our weapons arrays with your scanning beams? Plotz made a strangled sound. Volth shot him a look that promised a very unpleasant conversation later. A misunderstanding, I assure you. Right. Here's what's going to happen, Commander. Captain Frost leaned forward slightly, and Volth swore the temperature on his bridge dropped several degrees. You're going to power down your weapons, transmit your full identification codes, and explain what the Confederation is doing in Terran-claimed space. You have 60 seconds. Starting now. Voltha's mouth went dry. All three of his mouths, actually, which was quite an achievement. Terran-claimed space, he sputtered. This sector was unclaimed according to our most recent galactic charts. We had no indication that humans had expanded this far. 50 seconds. Plotz was already frantically shutting down their weapon systems, which consisted of exactly 2 plasma cannons that could probably scratch the paint on that monstrosity floating before them. If it even had paint. It might just be raw intimidation given physical form. Commander, Rhine hissed from her station. I'm detecting multiple target locks on our position. At least 30 separate weapon systems are tracking us. Only 30? How generous of them. Codes transmitted. Beck announced, his quills rattling with nervousness. Full identification package sent. Captain Frost glanced at something off-screen, presumably checking their credentials. Her expression remained unreadable, which Volth decided was probably worse than outright hostility. At least with hostility you knew where you stood. This was like being examined by a predator trying to decide if you were worth the effort of eating. Confederation scout ship Harmonious Query, she said slowly, as if tasting each word. Registered out of the Ketheri homeworld. Mission parameters indicate scientific survey and potential first contact scenarios. Crew complement of 42. Current armament, laughable. Hey now, Volth protested weakly. Our plasma cannons are rated for Class 3 threats. Commander, my coffee maker is rated for Class 3 threats. Someone on the human bridge laughed. Actually laughed. Volth could hear it through the transmission. His career was being mocked in real time across species barriers. Wonderful. Captain Frost, Volth tried again, attempting to salvage some dignity from this disaster. We genuinely had no hostile intent. The Confederation received some of your radio transmissions and sent us to investigate. We were told humans were a developing species still confined to your home system. Yeah, we get that a lot. Frost's lips twitched in what might have been amusement. Your intelligence is about 20 years out of date. We've been claiming and settling systems in this region for the past decade. You're currently 17 light-years inside our border. 17 light-years. Volth was going to find whoever updated the Confederation's stellar cartography database and throw them out an airlock. After filing the proper paperwork, of course. He wasn't a barbarian. I see, he managed. Our deepest apologies, Captain. We'll vacate your territory immediately and update our records. If we could just reverse course and... Not so fast, Commander. Frost held up one hand. You've seen our ship. You've scanned our weapons. You know we're out here. I can't just let you fly back to the Confederation with that information without some sort of understanding between us." The bridge crew went silent. This was it. This was how it ended. Vaporized by humans who apparently built warships the way other species built sandwiches, big, excessive, and with way too many unnecessary additions. "What kind of understanding?" Volth asked quietly. "The kind where you carry a message back to your superiors." Frost's expression hardened. "Tell them humanity has expanded beyond Earth. Tell them we've claimed our space and we defend it. Tell them we're not interested in conflict, but we're absolutely prepared for it. Can you do that, Commander?" Volth nodded so hard he nearly gave himself whiplash. "Yes. Absolutely. Message delivered. Consider it done." "Good." Frost smiled then, and somehow that was more terrifying than her serious face. "Oh, and Commander? One more thing. The Relentless Thunder? She's not even our largest warship. Not even in the top 5. The transmission cut out. Nobody on the bridge moved. Nobody spoke. They all just sat there, processing the implications of that final statement. If this 12-kilometer nightmare factory wasn't even top 5, what in the name of all that was holy did humanity consider their heavy hitters? "Plots," Volth finally said, his voice barely above a whisper. "Set course for home. Maximum speed. I don't care if we burn out the engines." "Already plotted, sir." As the harmonious query wheeled about and jumped to faster-than-light travel, Volth slumped in his command throne and stared at the rapidly disappearing human warship on his rear displays. "So," Rhine ventured after several minutes of silence. "Do we tell the Confederation Council that we just discovered humanity has become a major military power?" "Oh, we're telling them." Volth pulled up a recording interface and began composing his report. "And then I'm requesting a transfer to the Galactic South. Somewhere quiet. Maybe a nice monitoring station near an asteroid field. Anything that doesn't involve humans and their ridiculous warships." "Sir, what do we tell them about the cats?" "What?" "The cat videos we monitored. Should we mention those in the report? Might help contextualize the species." Volth considered this. Somewhere out there, humans were building moon-sized weapons platforms and also filming their pets knocking things off tables. The cognitive dissonance was staggering. Put it in the appendix, he decided. Let the xenopsychology department figure that one out. I've had enough human-related confusion for one lifetime. As the stars streaked past and the Confederation border grew closer, Volth couldn't shake one final thought. Somewhere in human space, there were warships bigger than the Relentless Thunder. He really, really hoped he never met them. Friends, if you are enjoying our videos and want to watch new and exciting sci-fi and HFY stories every day, then don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Also, make sure to turn on the bell icon so you never miss any of our latest uploads. Like the video and share it with your friends as well, so our community can continue to grow and bring you even more amazing content.